Whoa, welcome back to Monster Train. I am, as always, your host, Toast in a Blender. Toast. Toast. Those rhyme. I didn't expect that. How you doing? How's it going? I'm not doing too bad. Hope you're hanging in there. It is 3:45 a.m. I've been hunched forward in my chair all day. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna reposition a little bit. Gonna get comfortable for this Monster Train episode, you know? I'm not that tired tonight, if you're wondering. I was really tired this afternoon, and I thought I was gonna be tired throughout the day, but I'm good. Got like a second wind for the rest of the day. It's weird. You ever have that? It was like 5 or 6 o'clock, I think, and I was about to go to bed. I was so tired, and then no, I got up, I walked around, I got some water, I sat back down, and I was okay. It was surprising though. I'm usually not like that. I don't typically. I never take naps. I hate them. They make me feel very bad. Have I asked a question about that? That's going to be the question for today, actually. I had something else, but I'm going to throw that question out because I've forgotten it for the most part. It was, I'll save it for later. That's what I want to ask about. Are you the type to take short naps or sleep for. And when I say a nap, I say like 3 or less hours. I feel like at 4 hours, that is just going to sleep. I think you gotta do 3 or less hours for it to be considered a nap. Otherwise, you're sleeping. I hate them. I'm a I'm a hater because I always wake up and I feel much worse. I feel more tired usually, and also just generally unwell. This might be a question I've asked already in the past. I feel like it isn't, but also it might be. Like I have talked about this before, but that means nothing because I stream and have streamed for like 2 years now. So at any point in time, I could have talked about it there and could be closing it off. If it's a repeat question, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal if I repeat a question here. I feel, I'm surprised that I haven't repeated a question yet. I've done it for more than 100 hours or 100 episodes now, and I think I've done 0 repeats, which is pretty good. I'll take that. If this is the first repeat, that's fine. And if not, great news. Let me know. Lots of sleep questions lately, but I do record these roughly right before I go to bed. This is usually the last thing I do with my day, so sleep is on my mind. Notice that I feel more able to talk later in the day like this. Like when I used to record episodes right when I woke up, those were weird because I was like, yeah, I don't have anything to talk about. I haven't done my day yet today. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? I'm gonna pause the recording because I need to blow my nose. Give me 1 sec. I don't wanna hold you up with this actually. Okay. Now I'm ready to go. That okay was too fast. So real quick aside, I just got done editing a video. I know, crazy. And one of the biggest things I noticed is when cutting clips together is it's really helpful to have a little bit of dead air, like a half second of dead air between start and stop points. And I need to practice that when I pause the recordings too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jar you like that. Anyway, now we can actually begin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're Stygian melting. Back in the day, pre-friends and foes, this was the infinite combo. Not the only one, but it was the most consistent one. I mean, right now we are one offering totem away from doing an infinite, so. Explosive Sigil Daedalus, Darkness Arcus, Sap Seraph, Crypt Builder, Molded, Frenzied Swarm. The start has a good thing. Like, I can play an infinite off of this. If they show us offering totem, we're there. I'm not going to like break my early game for it. I'm going to click on Stygian cards and click on good spells they show me, but I'm going to keep it in mind. You know what? I'm going to take Rules of Containment. I'm thinking about it a little bit here. Winged Indulgence is good. It negates early Clergyman. It makes backlines less scary. Things of that nature. The -1 on bosses is reasonable. Rules of Containment wipes out backline for the first 2 rings. It makes our early game so much stronger. I've been sleeping on this relic a little bit. For sure, I've been sleeping on it. And the big idea here too, Conduit, a little scary to take in the early game. This is a good start though. With Rules of Containment with a good Stygian spell, you can comfortably click on Conduit here. Yeah, and we have a Melting Banner only. And a Money Trial. I can take the Trial. I have to play bottom floor, but that's not that big of a deal. The Trial's free money because of Rules of Containment. It's already paying for itself. I'm sleeping on this and Jackstrips a lot. It's easy to get caught up and be negative towards Rules of Containment and Jackstrips because of infused enemies, but they're still good. Like they're still good. It's wrong to feel that way. Frozen Lance, I'm going to play bottom floor always. 5, 18. So I can play, and I will play to kill the collector here. Indeed. Put Crypt Builder drag down. Then we use a drag here to chump block for Tethys. Good enough. Right, good enough. It's always gonna be a little rough fighting a 4-1 boss with Conduit Tethys, but we're gonna give it our all. You burn out. What are my odds of drawing molded? It's better for me. Better for me to get the fresh drag with one more burnout round. 5, 10. I think I play. I could also play Train Steward. I think I play drag. I think I play this drag and not play Train Steward. And then if I get this burnout drag, we should kill the boss. I do not. That's okay. 5, 10, 15. I can put 5, 10, I can put drag in front and buy myself 15 extra damage. Drag behind is 18 extra damage though, right? It's slightly more. We'll kill the boss through the virtue of drags here. The reform here is the winner. Yeah, 1913 for burnout, that guy kills. Yeah. Thank you, Dregs. Very cool. Easy to sleep on Dregs in the early game. I think that I'm saying sleep on things a lot in this episode. I tend to not like Dregs very much, but they're good in the early game, especially if you start with a molded like we did here. Offering token. We have 2 Crypt Builders already. Titan's Gratitude. You could, but I'd rather take the targeted discard for Crypt Builder. Free incant and all that jazz. Molten Encasement. We already have Frenzied Swarm, so I don't really feel that inclined towards Molten Encasement. Because Frenzied Swarm... Oh yeah, Titan's Gratitude also bad because I'm most likely going to Intrinsic hold over Frenzied Swarm. Forgot to mention that one too. But that one is also in the factoring. Could take Wicklash and then plan for... Paraffin Enforcer with it. No drag though. I'm not going to take Molten Encasement. I'm most likely going to play 2 Sirens on this run with an Intrinsic holdover. Frenzied Swarm, that's the idea. It's a little inflexible to not take Wicklash here or Molten Encasement. Skipping here is greedy, I think, a little bit. It may bite me quite a bit, but I think it's fine. Multi-strike? Hey, it's nice to see multi-strike. Yeah, like if I took Wicklash, I could go in on Lady of the House here, actually. What's her infusion? Burnout 3? Yeah, that would have been a pretty interesting line. Multi-strike Lady of the House? We hold over Wicklash on her? I don't know if it would have been good. It would have been interesting, though. There's another steel shop coming right up. I'm going to click Lady of the House. We have a lot of money. Value Stone, Purge Stone. Don't want either of these. I'm not against the multi-strike line here. We're making Rector, kinda. It's like, it's not that expensive is the big idea because we took the trial. I'm down to do this. This opens up some interesting stuff. Let's see where it goes. I feel bad about skipping multi-strike. I want to see where this goes. Spikes 3. Most of these enemies die. Lady of the House has huge stats too, so down for Spikes 3. If we see drag here, I can infuse it on Lady of the House, and then it's like, man, if I had taken the Wicklash, we could do this for sure, but no reason to cry over it, I suppose. Lady of the House is going to burn out in 3 rounds. That's fine. I should draw a molded to deal with that. I'll play Tethys mid-floor, and I'll daze this. I'm excited for where this run leads. Oh yeah. You know what I just realized about the last round that I didn't realize, or that I just realized now? I didn't need to do the Crypt Builder drag play on the Collector. He had 2 Frostbite on him. Easy to forget, this is not Jackstrips. This actually catches Collectors on the first ring. As long as I don't draw double molded here, we're happy. If I draw double molded here, we're a little sad. Yo, we drew 0 molded here. That's great. If we draw 1 molded on this coming turn, that's exceptional. Oh, baby. I'm so good. I think 1 molded here kills anyway, yeah. I was thinking maybe we would want to go to 2, but 1's acceptable. Crystallis is fine. I think actually Crystallis is, in my perfect world, Crypt Builder is better, right? I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna take Crypt Builder again, actually. Yeah, okay, let's go Wicklash. I'm down. I'm down to clown here, for sure. For sure, for sure. So, I want to pick up Spell Chain. Ideally, like, perfect idea here, Spell Chain Value Stone. This is gonna be weird. Yeah, this is gonna be weird. It's like, I could go left here and we could pick up maybe a Siren and go in, but I'm gonna commit. I want to play Lady of the House here. I don't think she's that bad. Hearthstone plus 25 plus 10. The cool thing about Lady of the House is she has 45 health. She's her own tank, more or less. It's a pretty beefy health bar. I don't feel like 25 or large stone makes any sense here. I will reroll. Multi-strike. Yeah, sure. I'll do it. We basically made our own Animus here, but she has 45 HP. We'll go Divine Horde. Pounding Seal. Man, the game's really... You're really gonna tempt me like this, Monster Train, with a Founding Seal? Come on. Conduit, Tethys, Founding Seal, just click it. No. No, I'm playing Lady of the House. I won't click your Founding Seal. Play double incant for the 100th time? No, I'm done. I'm game over, man. I mean, from this position, Founding Seal is not a great pick here. I really don't think so. Votive Key is messy. And weird. A non-zero amount of my scaling on Lady of the House comes from Molded, but it is a majority coming from Wicklash. Votive Key makes sense. Faulty Loader is also pretty good though. Like, I'm Votive Key versus Faulty Loader here is the question mark. I'm leaning a little bit towards Faulty Loader. Because Votive Key is going to keep these dregs, it's going to keep these train stewards. It does keep Tethys alive, and my Lady of the House won't really get Endless until after Reform anyway, because Tethys is going to hold it. I'm going to go Faulty Loader. Monster Train! You want me to do this? Sure, brother, I'll do this. Why not? Is 5 Lady of the Houses wrong? Maybe. It might be wrong. 1 is reasonable. 5's a lot. What should I do? 90, 105? Well, the idea here would be if I have if I have 6 Lady of the House, I have like 3 or 4 in rotation just hitting things, and then I have 2 on the top 4 with infusion scaling. I think it's good. I think it's good because Molded exists. I'm going for it. This is not where I expected this run to end up when I queued up today. But here we are. I think, by the way, if they had an infusion, this would be a no-brainer. Like, that would be a slam dunk play. But, you know, they do not. So let's play 2 down here with a Tethys to get us rolling. May as well take 9 damage on Daedalus, why not? I'm excited for this run. Can we win off of just Lady of the House value? Possibly. Yeah, the days make sense. I took a second there and I was like, why are they dazed? I feel like this is somewhat akin to an endless egg run, but I don't have to... what's the words? What am I trying to say here? It's like an endless egg run where I don't have to replay the egg. I just draw Lady of the House. Also, if this were Talos, I think I might get the floating kill on Talos here. Sadly, this is not Talos, so I do not get a floating Talos kill. But, you know, I can dream. It's the only floating boss kill I don't have is Talos. I don't have Tata Talos. But, yeah, pre-relentless kill on Daedalus, it looks like. Why aren't you Talos? Sad. About it. If nothing else, we're very strong in the early game, right? That's the big thing here. I don't feel like I should take much. Ice Empire is a great card. And House Harness the Titan. Bad. Spike of the Stygian's okay. I'll take Ice Empire. Card's really hard to pass. Didn't they change this? Revenge summon 1 basic copy of Motive Wax? That seems bad. It makes chump blockers for you. It makes you 2/2 chump blockers every time it gets hit. And it gives 8/8, but I don't know. I don't think Siren of the Sea Essence is what I want either. I feel like I want... I'm gonna skip this. I want like Paraffin Enforcer or maybe a Harvest. Although +1/+1, maybe that would have been okay. Should take space so I can put 3 of them on a floor. I think so. Makes sense. We're gonna go left and look for a good infusion. In the worst case, I do a self-infuse probably. Tethys' scales is fine. I think I just do the self-infuse line. I'll self-infuse 2 away like this, and then we'll have 2 super strong. I guess actually I could just do 3 self-infuses. That's 75 pack shards. Are there enough temples for that? Yeah, there are. Huh. Maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll see. And then I just scale with Wicklash? I don't know, man. We're in uncharted territory right now. This is a run the likes of which I have never seen before. We could play all of these Lady of the Houses as big meat shields for Tethys to put down Frostbite onto a boss. I don't like that much, but Conduit 2 doesn't make much sense here. Conduit Tethys doesn't make any sense. Let me take Chillwind. The idea with taking Chillwind here is I might need it as my boss killing plan, and I don't need Conduit very much. I'm ready to disrespect everything. We're 25 pack shards and we're 1500 Lady of the Houses. I am not afraid of anything the game is going to throw my way right now. I just want to remove all of my units right now that aren't Lady of the House as well. Do need to play something though. That is correct. Yeah. Let's go top 4. I need to make this deck cleaner now. right? Like, I have all these Lady of the Houses, but sometimes they're going to burn out. And then I have to replay them and things like that. I need to put myself in a position where I have, like, 2 holdover moldeds to keep them rotating. You know what I need on this run? I need Howled Halls. Enough beating around the bush, video game. I need Howled Halls. I didn't want to say it outright, but I'll say it, Monster Train. Howled Halls me. That is the easiest line to victory. So I could just put 4 of them in a floor, scale them every turn. Glacial Seal, Urchin Spines, I'm okay. You could take Silence Tome there. I'm not interested that much, but it's fine. I'm trying to thin the deck out. I want to get down to the 24-ish cards. Let's go right. She comes with 3 Burnout in her infusion, right? Yeah, okay. Let's go right. I would like to see Spell Chain here. Changes my ideas a little bit. Okay, so Spell Chain here is going on Wicklash. You got a holdover for me? You do have a holdover for me. Huh. So if I hold over the Spell Chain Wicklash, that's 3 energy every turn on Wicklash. But and I think that's wrong. I think the Spell Chain Wicklash is not the play. I think it's holdover -1 molded here. I don't care about Frenzied Swarm, by the way. We've moved far away from intrinsic holdover Frenzied Swarm. I don't care about my Ladies of the House dying. In fact, I think I encourage it. So we hold over -1 molded. We go, this is more important. This will make more sense. And consume a Frozen Lands. The molded play makes more sense once we get into higher damage output rounds where 45 health isn't enough. Is the thought process there. And we make Wicklash 1 cost for the total that we get now. And I duplicate that card. I think I play 2 Ladies of the House here. Not 3. I think I played 2. We're gonna go ahead and put 1 into 1 here. That's a 50 times 3. Like, baseline, I think that this line is something that's only open to me because there's 2 multi-strike, by the way. I jumped on the first multi-strike and then we hit the second multi-strike, and now it's a line that makes sense because this unit does 150 out of the gate with 75 HP. And that's good. That's fine. I have enough to buy 2 removals. I'm not going to a shop next ring. First card in this deck is most likely Frozen Lance. I think the dregs are a little bit better than Frozen Lance right now. In case you're not looking, the deck is not many cards right now. It's Tethys, 3 Crypt Builders, 2 Deadweights, 5 Dregs, Frenzied Swarm, 5 Lady of the Houses. Like, the cards that actually matter are 5 Ladies, Molded Wicklash, and that's it. So I have 5, 6, I have 7 cards out of 25 that matter. So the more we can remove of the cards that make no difference, the better off we are. Quick check. These 5 go away, that card goes away. So that's 5, that's -6. So we're at 19. These all leave the rotation too, so we're at 14 cards effectively. Just keeping track. Sycophants of Seraph. Mark of Invasion adds nothing though, because they die for free to Rules of Containment. This is a big thing. This is something that I have not thought about up until now. Rules of Containment and Jackstrips make any invasion trial free money. Something I did not consider. So this is the big Lady of the House. This is the one that brings home the bacon. Tethys, just go ahead and die. I don't need you here. Play the Dreg first, though. I actually should play the Dreg first and then Tethys lives, but I don't want Tethys to live. I want Tethys to live on the mid-floor, but Tethys would never live on the mid-floor. Actually, Tethys could have lived on the mid-floor. I could have played Tethys and left her alive. Perhaps it is better this way. Everything dies. I think it's fine to save health. It doesn't make a big difference, really. The longevity of this run is what is in question, right? We all know right now this run is strong. That's no shocker. I'm reforming Tethys. The question on this run is how it fares in 2 combats. Once we get to ring 7, how does this run fare? I don't think it's that bad. I really don't think it's bad. I think we have enough raw stats that we get there. It's pretty exciting though. I've said many times in the past, my favorite runs are the runs that do something just absolutely out of left field, something that I've never done before. This is a run that does something I've never done before. You just stop dodging top 4 Ember Drain and just throw these units away. He die? He dies, yeah. Thought with the sweep he might make it, but nope. Okay. And you can the extra burnout on this lady is good. It is worth having. The +3 from the self-infuse. Titan's Tooth Preserve. Again, we're not adding many cards. Nothing really needs to go in this deck. I could take Engulfed in Smoke. I could also take Votavary. Taking Votavary is the sort of thing I would do if I'm worried I'm gonna miss an infinite. But I don't really want to play an infinite in this run. They didn't show me the infinite I would want to play, so I'm not gonna play one. And again, my units, it's not really worth it to defend. I want them to die. And resin removal, you could. So I'm gonna go to 75 here, and then we're going to jump to 100 after Arcus. I'm gonna stay a little under 100 before Arcus, though. Oh, combustible wax is weird. That basically removes burnout from all of my units. They're going to die from physical damage instead of burnout now. I mean, it's good. It has to be good, right? I don't think my units burning out is a thing that I necessarily need to have happen. Value Stone. I could have had the spell chain Value Stone, but it's a little better like this anyway. And then there's a temple here which I will go to. Interesting relic to see. Doesn't change the way that I play the run because you can't be banking on seeing a specific relic, but now maybe I should have picked up. What was it called? Engulfed in Smoke. Or survivability isn't bad. Burnout 9. What a weird looking card. We drew Holdover Molded first turn, which is nice at least. May as well take off that spell shield. No reason to leave it there. That's an incant shard. Hey, I thought I was getting got, but I am not. So Holdover Molded doesn't actually bring anything to the table right now, and the +3 burnout on the dregs is not much value. But right now, I'm playing everything bottom 4. In the future, I can slam top 4, and is something that I will probably want to at least consider on later combats, is playing on my unit, like playing my main 2 ladies top 4 and then letting the rest of the ladies just kind of float around and chunk out enemies. The reason that we're playing it the way we are right now is because I don't need to chunk out the enemies. They die to a single 4. So I can play bottom 4 and let Tethys exist and just kind of, you know, do whatever we're doing. I think Greg's got a lot worse enough that I'm going to want to remove them. But it's a bit of a tough call. Can't play the lady bottom, of course. So we only have 5 now. I don't have as many ladies as I would like to believe. The elevator strats are real here too. I am just sending myself straight up the elevator. These 2 are going to frontline for Tethys. My good lady is not going to get a lot of value, it looks like. I guess she's going to get a full health one in front of her. Let me do 114 here. It's not so bad. We're going to kill Arcus. I'm not really worried about dying to Arcus. Another big boon of playing bottom 4 is I have extra time like this. Arcus lives, but... no, actually Arcus does not live. Never mind. Goodbye, Arcus. Arcus dies, but if Arcus lived, I could have 2 more floors to play on. Right now our plan is... we don't see what I wanted to see here, which was Hollowed Halls, which is fine. I'm not too worried about missing Hollowed Halls. Ancient Synergy doesn't make any sense. Big question, draw or energy? I think this is draw. All of my ladies cost 1. My Whiplash costs 1, Molded costs 0. Most of my cards cost 0 or 1. I think it's draw. I don't need to take space for anything. I guess I could take space and then my main floor could be 3 ladies and a Tethys, but I'm gonna take draw. Does this get rolled on the Divinity? We might be about to get absolutely slaughtered for what it's worth. Just warning you. It's been very strong up until this point, and we can potentially leverage our strong early game here, but we might be about to get blended up. Go ahead and do this option. I think it does make sense, although maybe it's less good now. I'm doing it for the stats, right? What is a Dreg's stats worth? It's a difference of 5 attack, but I get rid of a Dreg with this sacrifice. I think that's better, because I was doing it initially for the burnout, but I don't need to do it for the burnout anymore because we got the burnout extender. I'm gonna sacrifice a dragon to one of my ladies of the house. Yeah. Is that the best play here? I'm not sure. It gets a drag out of my deck, which is important. Because right now our scaling is 40 damage every cycle of the deck, and that goes up to 60 every cycle once we duplicate this card again. So I'm gonna go to 110 actually, now that I think about it. Easy to forget on my end. We'll see. I'll work it out. Maybe more sweep damage is good because it kills my ladies better, but I'm not sure. I'll drop 2 more removals here. This is not Diligent Seraph, so don't worry. I've already looked. Holdover Frenzy Swarm could be a line too, right? What does it do for us? It makes our ladies stop dying. Is that good or bad? Uncertain. If 3 ladies of the house go to Relentless, do they kill the boss? The Divinity? Doing a lot of calculating here. I think the answer is a strong maybe. The big problem is I can't elevator the Divinity. What about if 5 ladies go to Relentless? On 2 separate floors. I'm gonna put a -1 Frenzy Swarm. We'll see what they show us here. Let's just let's think about it more if they show it to us. Put a +10 Ice Empire, maybe it matters. Yeah, they don't show it to us, so I don't need to think about it anymore. Make Molded free. I do believe that the big play here is to go all the way on Chillwind Tethys. We pivoted off a Conduit, and that's okay. I think Tethys might make a massive impact on the Divinity. Something that I would have never thought I'd hear myself say. I'm not going to take Heaven's Seal. I think I will get slaughtered for it. Especially not on multi-strike combat. Although we got super lucky on the infusions here. I think Tethys might be the secret strat for defeating the Divinity. We're gonna use my hidden art, my Tethys no Jutsu. I think it's a Jutsu. I've never seen Naruto. That should not surprise you. Okay, so I'm gonna put the big lady of the house on the top floor. Lady number 1. The lady in waiting. Let me phase this? No, I'd rather you die. Okay, I'm just gonna end my turn. Don't think about it too much. Because once this lady down here dies, I can re-enter her into the lady of the house ecosystem. I'm gonna drop one of my ladies here to put down 20 health, or 20 attack. And I think that's okay. I'll get her back. I trust. This lady re-enters the ecosystem. Important thing to note, she's free. This is winning. Are you noticing this? Like, we're winning. These are real waves. This is endgame. Oh, it's dying. Hey, Tethys lives. And the other lady lives. That might have been bad. Hard to tell. That might have been not good. So we're scaling our super lady in the back here. She's getting very large. She's our big winner. And then we also have the rest of the squad hanging out mid-floor. I put like this in back. Maybe let Tethys live there is better. Uncertain. I'm not going to concern myself with it too much. Pretty good draw, actually. Oh, there's another lady in here? What the hell? Like, I'm starting to see how you play this run out, but it's a weird one to parse. It really is a strange one to parse, this run. I'm starting to get it. I feel like. Because if I put down... I have no way to kill the 1/6 in the back. I guess I do, actually. To give up one of these. I think this is worth. That feels worth. And then I spell chain the Whiplash on Tethys. This lady is going to burn out, so her health bar doesn't matter to me. We're good, like we're gonna win this. I'm doing a lot of thinking here, but this is saving me thinking once we get to the harder waves, right? Because this is obviously difficult, but it's not the most difficult. We're going to see a harder combat. 2 of them, in fact. So we're pre-thinking right now. I'm figuring out some of what we're doing here. I'm feeling it out just a bit. The big problem, I would tell you with confidence we win this run if I could Elevator the Divinity. But since the Divinity doesn't give us 3 extra rounds to play through, maybe I should take Wicked Blaze there. Just kind of auto-skipped it. Another Reform might have been good. Maybe I hold over a second Reform. I know that might sound crazy, but the damage output spikes a lot here. I think I might duplicate Molded instead of duplicating Whiplash. Let's go for it. I feel it's the right play. And then Lightstone Casing. That's a shame. If I go right here, here's a line for you if you want to check it. Go right. If there's a holdover in that shop and you can hold over Lightstone Casing Whiplash, that's crazy good. That's so good. Alas, we'll never know. Let me reroll this. I'm probably going to spend my money on 1 removal because that's all I can afford. Elderbeard's real good. A shame that I can't buy both. I think Cuddlebeard's a little better. I'm not going to go past 100. I think it is worth it to stay at an even 100 here. There's no unit. I mean, there is a unit I can upgrade. But I'm not going to upgrade this drag. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss out the last Frozen Lance with my last removal. I don't think Cuddlebeard is that worth it. It's a close call. I don't think it's worth going to 10 extra pack shards for it, for sure. I'm gonna go in as is. Hey, you know what, Dreg? Here you go, buddy. Hang on. Before I do this, was there a... I could buy Mold Braces. Is it better? Yeah, probably. Sorry, Dreg. Lied to you. Hey, let's see how it goes. I know that we're gonna hit the wall, right? This is like... I'm running full speed. There's a wall ahead of me, and I'm trying to slow down, but I am still running full speed towards the wall. And I mean, I know what I expect to have happen here, but you never know. A sap is gonna hurt quite a bit. We got 3 ladies just chilling on the bottom floor. Yeah, you can see more why I went for the second molded here. 2 of them get wiped out instantly. That is fine. I planned for this. But I want to try and keep Tethys alive. Good question. Thanks for asking it. uncertain. So let's do a little calculating, shall we? If I put this lady of the house down. Ooh. Huh. I'm going to put Crypt Builder on this floor, I think. Is there a Frenzied Swarm coming up? There is. Let me see what I draw. Molded. That is an interesting draw. Yeah. So this guy does 60. Just straight up kills one. Well, I'm going to play Ice and Fire. There is no reason not to. I think I play bottom floor here, and then I stun these enemies that are scary. I think that is the move. Maybe I should make a... yeah, put this one in the back. And... yeah, I'll throw this drag away. He's not too scary. I have guaranteed Frenzy Swarm, so there's no fear here. Look, there's a Frenzy Swarm here. I did know. Apparently does 74, so it would have been okay without. Now the other character I'm reforming with molded holdover, Tethys. It's always been Tethys. The long con. I have done all of this to you, my dear viewer, to create the Tethys utopia. Welcome to the Tethys zone. It's gonna keep rotating ladies like this. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then, I don't know, throw Tethys here. She's not very useful right now. Welcome to the Tethys zone. She's not very good yet. Trust. Big. I'll throw some burnout to the front lady. I think that lady's gonna stick. Hard to say. Actually, kinda hard to say. So far she sticks, but that'll stop any minute now. I'm confident. Do I keep rotating or do I play mid here? What's in my upcoming? Ice Empire, Molded, Wicklash, Deadweight. The death of a lady doesn't matter. It's actually good. So I think I go mid. See what we look like. Let's throw this enemy to the back. I think that is a little better. Yeah. Yeah, and because all of the stats, all of the plus 10s we're doing are going to stick. They don't go away because of a death, so it's not a big deal if a lady dies. Bring them all back here. If this is Crypt Builder, which there is a roughly 50% chance this is Crypt Builder, where do I want Crypt Builder? Top floor, not really. I think it's mid floor I want Crypt Builder. Okay. It's not Crypt Builder if you're wondering. This lady takes a beating. The coming wave is rather frightening. However, with a clever placed Frenzied Swarm, I think it'll be okay. But let's put 2 down mid. And then I just stun it. And we'll put a new lady top. I stun this. Yeah. That weakens it a pretty good amount. All I have to avoid here is I have to avoid one of my Lady of the House floors getting wiped entirely. Like, if one of my floors gets full cleared, we end up in a weird spot. Barring that happening, we're okay. And obviously that's not happening here. In fact, enough of my waves lived that I just get to bring back the drag. Go get him, buddy. You win this. Lady of the House with 2 Moldy Strike? Looking not too bad. In an unsurprising turn of events. I'm bringing back both of them, right? 140. Kills this enemy, but I still take 40 to my lady? Yeah. Pretty gross. One of them has 60 actually. This is a little bit better if let's see the draw. Molded, okay. Had the Ice Empire first. Interesting. Bit of a mistake there. You die barely, and that's fine. I put a fresh behind. Yeah, I should play bottom floor there? No way, because they're just dying. I think we might actually get clobbered by Seraph here. I think this lines up just wrong enough to crush me. Let's find out. I think that this run requires a much larger brain setup than I have done. Ooh. Well, let me sit up. Let's do some calculations. So the thing that goes wrong here is Seraph doing 48 damage per round. That is the big problem. I have to put this lady down mid. I think it doesn't matter where I place her, so I'll place her here. Now, the biggest thing I need to do here is I have to pay 2 for Crypt Builder. Yeah, that's really important. I'm gonna float a drag, it doesn't really matter. Okay. I know it looks bad. It definitely looks bad. But, I mean, it just looks really bad. The end. 420 damage. Not great. So, here's where it all comes to fruition. Right here. We bring in the first lady of the house to frontline. Now check it out. Here's where it all comes together, baby. We bring back Tethys. Tethys drops in, does absolutely nothing, and we get obliterated. Okay. That's pretty funny, actually. Here, let's put this Dragon Front to chump block at 12. Maybe with the Frenzied Swarm we get enough, I don't know. Oh my god, we do? How? And just like that, Tethys saves the day, baby. That is shocking. And that is illustrating how big of a difference one more round of Frostbite can make, I guess. No, that's not what this is illustrating at all. How in the world does this boss die here? Oh my god, they all live. The drag actually clutches the run. The drag saves our lives. The man that I thought about removing holds us aloft. I think after that performance on Seraph, it is very safe to say we have no chance at beating the Divinity. But it has been a very enjoyable run. I've had a great time anyway. I do not believe this skit. What the fuck? What is this? I drew 4 ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4 ladies. How about it? I'm just gonna throw Tethys down and let her get killed right away. Get the scaling going. Why is this hovered over an enemy to reset the cursor there? Yeah, 1 Hollowed Halls in this run actually bangs though. That's too bad. You can't build your run around hoping for Hollowed Halls, of course. I wanted to see how it would go. People often complain, truly people complain, that I don't do enough variety, I don't do enough different things. Hey, check this run out. Hey, take a look at this one. Tell me what you think. Losing one of my ladies really does hurt quite a bit. I'm throwing damage at the boss here. Is it right? Probably not. I'll send this enemy to the back, actually. That makes a good amount of sense. That was a good play of the Dazed. We've done 1,500 damage to him already. I mean, it's all front-loaded damage, and we're about to fall off, but, you know, we got here. Yeah, we're about to fall off, though. I'll throw another Frenzied Swarm at it. Sure. I think this wave harvests the fuck out of us, though. Like, absolutely farms me. Thankfully, it's not the double harvesters, so we can sneak a little bit of value here. Bring back Tethys, bring back Lady. Don't worry about that. Don't think about the disaster of having to fight a mini-boss in a singular round. That's a problem for me to deal with after all of this shit that goes wrong. If we can find a way to sneak out of this, though, like if we can find a way to sneak out of this wave, I think we might make it. Here's what I want to try. I want to try Tethys Blade, Crypt Builder Blade here. I think that's a little bit better on the value proposition. I'm gonna have too many things die all at once and everything's gonna cascade together, but yeah. I pull Frenzied Swarm, maybe. No, it's Crypt Builder. Yeah, my units die on the wrong turn here, is what happens. This is one of the problems with playing a run like this. I have to have my units at full health on this round and not both dying. So, like, you could maybe play this again and find a slightly better option here, but this turn is the end. If Tethys gets a swing in, I think the Frostbite keeps me alive, though. I'm not gonna replay this. 5, 6, 7, 8. He kills me. He kills me for sure. I'm not playing this combat again. There's no chance. This run does not beat the Divinity. 1 Hallowed and I think it gets there. What else could you do? Well, the obvious answer to what else could you do is you could not do this, right? You could do Incant, take the Siren, win the game. That one's easy. That run's easy to solve. Really, you could do a half pivot there even. So you can take the Founding Seal and then infuse Siren onto a Lady of the House, do the same run, but with 2 Siren of the Lady of the Houses that you keep alive with Burnout Extenders. And that's fine too. Like, that run wins, I'm sure of it. You just have Siren with double multi-strike and a body that is 35 times 345 to start. That's really strong. That's very, very strong. However, this was cool. I liked this run. I think it can win with a few adjustments, but I think actually in hindsight I would take the stealth. I skipped the stealth. I think the stealth would have made enough of a difference. It lets you delay those turns. Like, if I draw stealth on that turn where my units are all dying, they're still gonna die and that's fine, but it delays the turn. Because that's the big important thing about playing a run like this, where your game plan is you have a bunch of units that are dying a lot. You're going to have a turn where all of your units die if you're not careful. And when you have that turn, you lose the game. Exhibit A, we had the turn where our units died to the boss, and then we died as a result of that. I think you could play it again and maybe put Tethys on the mid floor and get a little bit better as well, but I don't know, man. It's a tough one. The Divinity puts out too much damage. That's really what it comes down to. But either way, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.